Welcome to Current Political Updates. Today, we look at a statement from Senator Mike Lee outside the U.S. Capitol. He explains why he objected to the Senate adjourning for the August break and what votes he wants to see first. Senator Mike Lee stands outside the Capitol building at night. He speaks directly to the camera about recent Senate proceedings. Earlier in the day, senators were asked to grant unanimous consent to adjourn for the August state work period. Lee objected to that request. He says he believes the Senate needs to stay and continue working. Because of his objection, an agreement was reached to hold a vote on adjournment instead of simply agreeing by consent. Lee states that he is working with colleagues to schedule several important votes before any recess begins. One of the items he wants voted on is the voter ID portion of the Save America Act. He also mentions a continuing resolution that would fund the government through December 11th. Additionally, Lee is pushing for a vote on the confirmation of Todd Blanche as Attorney General. He says these votes will likely begin in the coming hours. Lee emphasizes that efforts to pass a budget resolution will continue. He states clearly that he will not stop pushing for election integrity measures to be included in those efforts. He also reports that he and a few colleagues recently had a conversation with President Trump. According to Lee, the president agrees with and supports this approach of staying in session to handle these matters. The senator appears determined as he outlines his position. He frames the decision to object as a way to keep the Senate focused on unfinished business rather than leaving for the traditional August break. Lee's statement highlights ongoing debates in Congress about funding the government, confirming nominees, and advancing election-related legislation. By forcing a formal vote on adjournment, he has created an opportunity for additional floor action on the issues he prioritizes. The video captures Lee speaking calmly but firmly in front of the lit Capitol building. He presents the sequence of events and the next steps he expects in the Senate. This update comes as lawmakers weigh the balance between taking a scheduled recess and remaining in Washington to address pending legislation and nominations. Thank you for watching this Senate update. If you found it informative, please like and subscribe for more political news.
I just wanted to give
Comment
you an
below with your
update on what's
thoughts.
happening in the
See you in the
Senate
next
this
one.
evening. For many hours today, we had a request that we all unanimously agreed to, something that was styled as a global agreement to leave. Because I'm against leaving, because I think we had to stay and debate things, I refused to agree to that. And I would very much like to have a roll call vote on that. What I was able to secure was an agreement ensuring that those of us who are against taking a recess have the ability to express that in a voice vote. We'll be voice voting on that. I will be voting against taking this recess. We're also going to be setting in motion an agreement to cast a series of votes. One is a continuing resolution to keep the government funded for the next few months. Another one is a vote on confirming Todd Blanche, our Attorney General. Another is an agreement on a voter ID bill, a significant portion of Save America, in a measure put forward by John Husted from Ohio, and a handful of other votes. We hope to get these done tonight. We're going to push out this agreement and see what we can find on it. We'll keep you posted.